Hey guys, hope everyone's doing okay as you're kind of cooped up at home, not able to go anywhere. So, giving this a first kind of trial run, giving you guys a little home workout from my awesome impromptu basement fitness video studio that we set up over the last couple days. By we, I mean me. Gonna keep it pretty straightforward. It's going to be all body weight exercises, so really no equipment needed for this except for, maybe a mat or a rug or something to put down just so you're not laying on a hard floor. So won't waste a ton of your time. We'll just kind of get right into it here. So, going to start with a warm-up. First one, before we get going, the first movement is just going to be a high knee march. So opposite arm and leg, drop those knees up as high as we can. Or we can add a skip to that, so we're coming all the way up. Nice big skip. All right, so we're ready, in position, go for 20 seconds on that. Ready, and go. Good, get those knees nice and high. Good. Next one, we're going to go to a squat to stand. So here, feet are shoulder width apart. I'm going to just bend down at my waist, let my arms hang, grabbing those toes, pulling myself down into a squat, knees drive out, arms come up, coming all the way to standing. We're going to do 5 of those. So here, grabbing the toes, squat down, and up. We've got 3 more. And last one. Good, all the way up. Good, next one we're going to shoulder taps. So we're going to be in a push-up or high plank position, just reaching one shoulder to the other, making sure keeping everything held in place as we go, going 8 on each side. So, down in my push-up position, everything's nice and tight. Good straight line from my heels up to my head. I'm going to go 8 times on each side, so it's reaching one shoulder to the other. Trying not to shift my hips. Locking everything in. Good. After that, coming back up, going to jumping jacks for 20 seconds. So, got my feet together, hands at my side. Ready, going for 20 seconds, and go. Got messed up there. Good, guys. Next one, we're going to do a knee hug to reverse lunge. We're going to do this 5 times on each side. So all I'm doing is pulling my knee up to my chest, stepping right back into a reverse lunge, keeping those knees and toes pointed directly forward. We go 5 times on one side and then switch. Good, other side. It's the side I can't balance well on. Good. So, next one, we're going to be doing a glute bridge march. So I'm going to be laying on my back, heels on the ground, toes up. Let me make sure I'm actually in frame here so you guys can see me. Got my back on the ground, heels dug into the floor. Laying back, lifting those hips up. I'm going to go 8 times on each side. All I'm doing is bring my knees up as high as I can with my knee bent at 90 degrees. Going 8 times on each side. Alternating one leg to the other. Good. So, back on our feet. Bring those feet together. We're going to be hopping one side to the other. Let's bring those feet together. Going 20 seconds on that. Ready? And go. Good. Last one on these, we're going to be doing the world's greatest stretch, or spider lunge rotation, groiner with rotation, whatever we want to call this. It's called a million things. Coming here into a push-up position, stepping my right foot to the outside of my right hand, dropping that back hip, keeping that leg off the ground. Big reach up towards the ceiling. Good. Coming back, I'm going to switch legs, alternating one side to the other. Go 5 times on each side. From here. Good stretch to the hip and upper back. Last one. Good. So we're going to go through that entire cycle one more time. That'll be our warm-up. So going back to the beginning, going back to that high knee march, going 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds, and go. Good. Back to our squat to stand. So bending down, grabbing those toes. Arms come up. There's 1. Good stretch through the hamstrings, driving those knees out as we squat. 2. Back to it. Good big stretch. Really pushing those knees apart. 1 more. Good. Next one, back to our shoulder taps. So back in my high plank position, going 8 on each side. It's really hard to count these at the same time as actually doing them. But here we go. Make sure those hips aren't rocking side to side. Good. Back on our feet, coming back to our jumping jacks. So feet together, hands at our side, ready, and go. Good. Back to that knee hug to reverse lunge. So pull that knee up to my chest. Right back into my lunge. Again, 5 times on each side. Keeping everything pointed forward. 1 more. Then we're switching sides. Good. Back to our glute bridge march. So again, back on the floor, heels are down, toes pointed towards the ceiling, lifting those hips, keeping the hips off the ground the entire time. So marching one leg then the other, 90-degree bend in the knees. Doing 8 on each side. Good. Last one. Back on our feet. Gonna go back to those side-to-side hops for 20 seconds. Feet together and go. Good. And back to our world's greatest stretch. Again, 5 on each side. So push-up position. Stepping that foot next to the leg. Back leg's nice and straight. Stretching the front of that hip. Big rotation. Alternating one side to the other. We want to get a bigger stretch here. We could drop that elbow to the floor. Good. All right, guys, take a second to grab a drink. We'll kind of get into our main workout. Keep ourselves nice and hydrated this whole time. Woo. All right, guys, so our main workout, we're going to have it split into a couple blocks here. First one, we're going to be going through 4 exercises. It's going to be 30 seconds of work, followed by 10 seconds of rest. Since we're just doing body weight, trying to keep the rest short, get the cardio up a little bit. See how this turns out. I'm not so great at cardio, so we're going to see how this goes. But again, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're going to go 4 times through the entire circuit. So let's kind of show these exercises first, and then we'll get into it. All right. This is going to start normal body weight squats. Now, if you guys have weights at home, if you have dumbbells, kettlebells, even a heavy backpack, kid, dog, whatever, you grab, any kind of external weight if you want to add some resistance to this. If not, it's totally fine to do it just body weight. We're going to be really focusing on activating those muscles and keeping good tension throughout the body the whole time. So hands either on the back of your head or out in front if you need them for a counterbalance. Feet are shoulder width apart. Squatting down. Nice tension the whole time, nice and slow. Nice full extension of the knees and hips at the top. So we really want to focus on squeezing those muscles the entire time. All right, so make this really hard, going for 30 seconds on those. Once we finish up with those, we're going to go into push-ups. So we have a few options here depending on your level of ability. First, we could just start with knee push-ups. If you want something to regress, we'll start from easiest to hardest. So, for knee push-ups, we'll have our feet crossed on our knees, hands shoulder width apart, keeping those arms about 45 degrees from the body. All the way down, all the way up. Another option on that is if you want to elevate your hands, if you have, a step or a bench or something you can put your hands up on, that's also good. As we go towards our full push-up, we can go full push-up to start. So we're in this full position, legs all the way out, coming down to the ground. Then you come to the knees for the upper portion. So getting a little bit of overload on that down. Then lightening it up by putting our knees down for the top portion. After that, we're just going to go to our normal push-up. So full out, hands directly below the shoulders, elbows tucked to the sides. All right, so you have a few options there. You have the knee push-up or standard full push-up, or the kind of combination where you're going down from a full push-up, putting your knees down for the up portion. Again, if you want to see that second option again, it's down. Once we get to the bottom, we're dropping our knees, pushing ourselves back up. Again, all the way down, knees come down, pushing back up. Hopefully that makes sense. Next one, we're going to go to a dead bug. Again, focusing, since we don't have any equipment here, we're really focusing on keeping good tension through our core the entire time. So on my back, knees are bent, hips and knees are at 90 degrees, toes are pointed towards the ceiling, arms straight out in front of you, squeezing my core nice and tight so the stomach's nice and squeezed, bracing like I have a little kid that's going to come and jump on my stomach any minute. From here, lifting my hips slightly off the floor, going to go opposite arm and leg, just above the floor. Keeping that core nice and tight the entire time. All right. And the last one on this block is going to be mountain climbers. So, again, back to that push-up position. We can start, this could be more of a march, where we're just bringing our knees up one at a time to our elbows, or if you want to make it a full sprint, really pumping those knees. Again, up to you. It doesn't need to be the full sprint. The thing I'm worried about is keeping our back position fairly stable here. We want to be moving through our hip and not our lower back. All right? Hopefully that makes sense for everyone, and let's kind of jump into it. All right. Hopefully everyone had enough of me talking to cool down, and get ready for the first block. So we're going right into our squats. Ready, and go. 30 seconds. Nice and controlled, driving those knees out, fully extending at the top, really squeezing those thighs, squeezing that butt as we lock out. Good, nice and controlled, keeping that chest up as we squat down. 5 more seconds. Good. 10-second rest, then we're going right into our push-ups. So nice and quick, we got 5 seconds. Down to whichever variation of push-up we're doing. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, nice and controlled. Squeezing that chest, squeezing those arms as we come to the top. Good, keeping the core straight line. Good straight line from our heels up to our head. Squeezing that butt, squeezing that stomach. 2, 1, good. 10 seconds rest, and then we're going into our dead bugs. So we're gonna be on our back, knees and hips at 90. Ready, in 3, 2, 1, go. Make sure we're keeping everything nice and tight. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Head's relaxed on the floor, unless you're looking up at the timer like I am. Good, 10 seconds, and we're into our mountain climbers. Ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Driving those knees up. Remember to get a pace that we can keep going for 30 seconds. Halfway there. Good, keep pushing, get those knees as high as we can. Again, this doesn't have to be a sprint, we can just march those knees up. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good, we're gonna have a minute rest in between rounds. So take this time to grab a drink, catch your breath, reset, get ready for the next round. Good, guys, shake those arms and legs out. We got about 30 seconds. Finish catching your breath. Rearrange your video studio if need be. All right, guys, we got 10 more seconds. Let's get ready for this next one. Going back to our squats. 5 seconds in position. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good, getting those hips all the way through at the top, squeezing the thighs, squeezing the glutes. Nice and controlled on the way down. Really focusing on making those muscles work. Again, butt down, chest up. Good, 10 seconds rest. Going back into our push-ups. 5 seconds. Ready, in 3, 2, 1, go. Good, nice and controlled. Nice steady pace, going all the way down, all the way up. If you need to go to your knees, that's fine. If you need to go against the wall, that's fine. Keep yourself moving the entire time. We've got 10 more seconds. Good, time. So 10 seconds. We're going back into our dead bugs. So on our back, make sure we're keeping those shins parallel to the floor. Hips and knees at 90, toes pointed towards you. And go. Again, making sure we're not letting those feet sag towards our butt. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Keeping that stomach squeezed nice and tight. Got 10 more seconds. And time. 10 seconds, going into our mountain climbers. All right, guys, ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Again, as always, keeping that stomach squeezed tight so our back's not rounding. Again, if you want to march here, absolutely fine. If you want to slow down that pace a little bit, just keep moving the entire time. 15 more seconds. And 10 seconds to go. Keep it moving. 3, 2, 1. Good. Minute rest. Again, make sure you're keeping ourselves hydrated. Get that sip of water or your sip of wonderful mango flavored carb drink that I have here. Good. Nice deep breaths. Trying to breathe only through our nose. Slow that heart rate down. Got 30 more seconds. Not used to having to do the workout alongside you guys. This makes it a lot harder to talk while you're actually doing it. So my apologies. First time. Now I get to see all my awkward pacing around and weird body movements on video. So should be entertaining for everyone. We've got 5 seconds going into our third round. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Good. Squatting as deep as we can without losing that back position. So we don't want our hips tucking under. Trying to go as deep as we can. Make sure to fully extend the hips on every rep. Really squeezing those legs. Not just going through the motions, really making sure we feel those muscles as we're squeezing the legs and the butt on every rep. Hips all the way through. 5 more seconds. And time. 10 seconds. We're going to our push-ups. Ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good. Make sure we're maintaining that straight line. Full range of motion on each one. If it's getting hard, always put your knees down or go against the wall. Whatever you need to do to keep yourself moving. 15 seconds. All the way down, all the way up. In 3, 2, 1, time. 10 seconds, we're going back to our dead bugs. Everyone should be feeling nice and warm and have a little bit of sweat going by now. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Again, hips lifted slightly. Squeezing that stomach nice and tight. Bracing like there's a kid about to jump on your stomach, which if you're at home with your kids, which everyone's off school, it's a good possibility it might happen. So be ready. 10 seconds. And time. Good. 10 seconds. We get doing our mountain climbers, then we get our minute rest. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Good. Getting those knees nice and high. Nice full range of motion. Again, if you need to march instead of sprinting, one leg at a time is fine. Keeping that back nice and locked in. 5 seconds. And time. Minute rest. It's now that I regret only lifting weights and never doing cardio because I'm realizing this is pretty rough. All right, guys, shake those arms out. Get that little burn from those push-ups going. Got 30 more seconds. Nice deep breaths. Try to get ourselves ready for the next one. Want to keep that same intensity going through all the rounds. We got one more to go. You stretch out a little bit in between. You're good. We still got 10 seconds. Get yourself ready. Last one. Same intensity, same good form as the first three. Going to 3, 2, 1, go. Good. Going nice and low. Trying to get down to parallel at least. Really getting those hips through at the top. Got 10 more seconds. Good. Really squeezing those quads. And time. 10 seconds. Going into our push-ups. Hopefully everyone's shoulders are still alive. 5 seconds. Getting down in position. Going 3, 2, 1, go. Good. Keep ourselves moving. Remember, elbows should be tucked 45 degrees. They shouldn't be flared way out. Halfway through this exercise. Keeping that core tight, not let those hips sag like I just did. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. 10 seconds, we're back to our dead bugs. So we're getting on our backs, ready to go. Nice quick rest. 5 seconds. Again, shins are parallel to the floor. Going 3, 2, 1, go. Squeezing that core nice and tight. Keeping that non-moving leg parallel to the floor. Should be like a tabletop. You don't want anything to fall off of there. Toes stay pointed towards you, so dorsally flexing your feet. 5 more seconds. And time. We got 10 seconds. Going into our last set of mountain climbers. Then we get a little break while I explain the next part. We're going in 3, 2, 1, go. Good, keep pushing. Get a nice long break after this, so keep it up. 10 seconds. And time. Take a nice rest, catch your breath, get a quick sip of water or whatever you're drinking. Get yourself ready for the next one. I don't know about you guys, but I got a nice sweat going. Whew. Alright guys, so for the next one, I'm going to be sticking to timing this out just so people can follow along. Run a version where you're doing like specific set reps. We can send out a document with that, but we'll keep it for time right now just to keep everyone moving together so people aren't having to pause and everything if they don't want to. So try to make this to be able to be done like a live workout. So, next one, it's going to be 20 seconds on each exercise. So we're starting out with a reverse lunge. We're sticking all to one side first. So we're going to go 20 seconds on one side. I recommend starting on whichever side your balance is worse on just so it gets better as you go. All I'm doing is I'm stepping back here, dropping that knee to the floor. Don't step on things that slide like my exercise mat here. Dropping that knee down. I'm gonna go for 20 seconds on one side, then switch to the other leg. Now, if you have a problem with lunges, if they bother your, hips or knees or anything like that, we can always go to a step up if you have anything available to actually step up on. Nice sturdy chair, step stool. If you have one of these fancy 1990s Reebok aerobic steps like I got at a garage sale back in college, you can use that. But if the lunges aren't happening, I'll make sure I'm not hitting my head on the ceiling here. So if you can't do the reverse lunges, put one foot on top of that box or that chair or whatever we're stepping onto, driving through that top leg. So I'm really trying to avoid pushing off with our foot on the back leg. So here, again, really controlling the downward portion of that. We don't want to be just dropping carelessly. We want to step up, nice and controlled, keeping that knee in line. Our knee shouldn't be caving in. All right? So, again, either reverse lunges or step ups if you need to modify it. Again, if you need to pause the video to go find a sturdy chair or step or, step stool or whatever to step up on, pause it and come back. Again, it's going to be 20 seconds on each side for those. Next one after that, we're going to be going to a prone W raise. So we're going to be holding this position for the entire 20 seconds. So we're not moving, we're just getting there and holding. So I'll show you guys standing first, but we're going to be doing this laying on our stomachs on the floor. So position I'm in, I'm just making a big W with my arms and I'm pulling my shoulder blades back, squeezing all these small muscles in between my shoulders, squeezing my lats. So I'm really pulling back here. So what this is going to look like when we do it, make sure I'm actually in frame. It's going to be down on the floor, legs down, sorry it's a little dark. I'm here, chest is on the floor, making that W shape that I showed you, just pulling. We're just holding that position for 20 seconds, trying to really squeeze those lats and squeeze all those small muscles in our upper back between our shoulder blades. All right, last one, we're going to be doing glute bridge. We're going to be doing these on each side actually, so it's going to be a single leg glute bridge, or there's also another option for 2 to 1. Let me show you what we've got for options here. So, go single leg glute bridge. So, back's on the floor. Again, heels down, toes up. Gonna straighten one leg. So again, I like to start on my weaker side. Heels driven through the floor. Gonna turn that pelvis up towards myself. So if I had a big cowboy belt buckle, I want to point that up towards my face. So I'm here, tilting those hips. From here, lifting, going 20 seconds on each side. So again, 20 seconds on one side, then we're going to switch and 20 seconds on the other side. If that's a little too much still at this point, we've got an option for a 2 to 1 hip bridge. So what that means, I'm going to go up with both legs on the floor. So I'm going to stick to the same side this whole time, but here I'm going to straighten that leg as I go down. So 2 legs coming up, 1 leg going down. I'm going to go 20 seconds on one side, and after I finish that, same thing, 20 seconds on the other side. So we're either doing just straight single leg, or 2 up, 1 down. Really kind of trying to overload that muscle on that downward portion. All right? So when we're ready, again, it's going to be 20 seconds per side on the reverse lunges or step ups, 20 seconds total on that W hold, and 20 seconds per side on that single leg bridge, as I'm trying to think way too much about these as I go. All right, so you're going to have a little bit longer of rest on these. It's going to be 15 seconds rest in between each one. We're going to go 3 times through on this circuit. All right, once everyone's ready, pause and situate yourself if you need to. We're going to be starting with those reverse lunges. We've got 5 seconds. Going in position. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and controlled on the way down. Same thing if you're doing step-ups. Not rushing that downward portion. Really controlling, really feeling that quad as I go down. Get the front of that thigh burning a little bit. We got 5 more seconds. Good, nice quick switch. We got 5 seconds before the other side. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Let those arms hang at the side. You don't need to keep them in front of your chest like I'm doing like a weirdo. You can if you want, but not necessary. Good, we got 15 seconds for the next exercise. And again, if you guys have weights and dumbbells and stuff at home and you want to add them on those reverse lunges, if you want to make them a little harder, feel free to grab, like I said, kettlebell, dumbbell, kid, dog, cat, whatever you got. All right, going to the next one in 3, 2, 1. Down on our chest, making that W, squeezing. Everything's nice and tight. Holding that for the full 20 seconds. Really pulling everything together. Rotating the shoulders. Thumbs should be pointing up. Holding in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Got 15 seconds. We're going to go into our single leg glute bridge. Again, I like to start on the left side, whatever my weaker side is. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Make sure we're turning those hips up, pointing that belt buckle at our face. Really squeezing that glute as we lift. Head relaxed. 5 more seconds and we're switching sides. Good. Other side. In 3, 2, 1, go. Remember the regressed option if we want. Going up with both legs. Down with one. Up with both. Down with one. Or just go on that same leg the whole time. If you can handle it. Got 5 more seconds. Really getting those hips up. Nice squeeze at the top. And time. Good. We got a minute rest in between rounds again. So a quick sip of water if you need it. This one's not as bad on your cardio as the first block was, but still give you guys a little bit of time to recover. Again, we're trying to keep ourselves working out, keep ourselves healthy. Not trying to totally smoke ourselves. We want to keep our immune systems up in this time. Obviously, we're all trying not to get sick. So don't run yourself into the ground. All right. So you got 30 more seconds. We're going to be going back into those reverse lunges or those step ups, whatever you got. All right. Everyone ready? 10 seconds. Feels really awkward to stand here and wait for the time to run out. We're going in 3, 2, 1, go. Again, really controlling the way down. Keeping that heel on the floor the whole time, knees pointed straight ahead, making sure that knee is not caving in. Chest is up, so if you see the Soulcraft logo on my shirt, you want to be able to see this the whole time. Good, 5 seconds, we're switching legs. Ready, 3, 2, 1. Good. Stepping back, losing your balance. If you're like me and your right foot's terrible, make sure you're driving that big toe, little toe, and heel through the ground so your foot's not collapsing, keeping that knee out. 5 more seconds. Nice controlled, slow on the way down, explode on the way up. And time. So 15 seconds. We're going back into that W iso hold. So we're here, keeping our core squeezed nice and tight so we're not arching our back. So our abs are locked in, our ribs are down. Pulling the shoulders back behind us. Going 3, 2, 1, go. Again, squeezing everything that whole 20 seconds. Really trying to bring those shoulder blades together. 10 more seconds. Squeeze nice and tight. Thumbs are up. 2, 1. Relax. Good. 15 seconds. We're going back to our glute bridge on each side. Again, if you have a way you want to load this up, if this is really easy, throw a heavy backpack, a dumbbell, something on your waist, but by itself, a single leg should be tough enough. So here, one leg down, one leg straight out. Keeping that good tilt of your hips. So again, the whole time that belt buckle's facing you. Good squeeze at the top. Got 5 more seconds. Keeping good tension the entire time. Switch legs. We got 3 seconds. 2, 1. Going on the other side. All that motion should be coming through your hips, not through your lower back. So keep that core nice and tight. And time. Got a minute in between. So I didn't say it earlier on, but when we're doing those glute bridges, we want to make sure motion's really coming through our hips and that we're not arching our lower back. So the whole time, really breathing out, getting that rib position locked in so we're not arching here. All right, shouldn't be this. Everything should be nice and straight. We got 40 seconds. Catch your breath. Grab your drink. Got 30 seconds to shake it out, and we got one more round of these. You guys, a little different angle on this one. Change things up, keep it interesting. Got 10 seconds. Get yourselves ready. In position in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Arch your back, nice and controlled. Get it nice and slow. Driving up explosively. Really want to feel the front of that thigh and the front leg. Good. 5 seconds. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Ready and go. Really squeezing that thigh the whole time. Really force that muscle to contract. Just squeezing the thigh, squeezing the glute as we step through. Got 3 more seconds. Good. 15 seconds rest. Going back to that ISO W hold on the floor. So, get it down on our chest. Thumbs points towards the ceiling. Again, making that W. 5 seconds. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Go. Good. Thumbs up. Really squeezing the shoulder blades together the whole time. You should feel all those little muscles pulling the shoulder blades together. 5 more seconds. Keep holding. Don't release that tension. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, going back to our single leg glute bridge in 10 seconds. Ready in 3, 2, 1. First side, go. Remember the ribs are staying down. Stomach squeezed nice and tight. Squeezing the butt as we lift up. In 3, 2, 1. Then switch sides. Heel up. Other legs ready. Going in 3, 2, 1. Go. Keep that head relaxed. I'm just trying to look at the timer, so don't do what I'm doing. And time. Good. Got a quick sip of water. Okay, take a quick little break just to get ourselves ready, and then we've got a little core finisher. I'll kind of really get those abs and obliques and everything fired up before we finish this up. All right. Alright guys, I feel like I should have some more banter here, but with nothing to play off of, it's really tough, so forgive me with my terrible web video presence. Hopefully this gets better as I do more of them, and I actually think of things to say, besides just counting and giving you guys the countdowns on the timer and everything. Alright, so I'm going to have a quick finisher here, just all kind of core stuff. So light our abs up a little bit before we kind of go on with the rest of our day. So for this one, all we're going to be doing is we're going to be following that kind of Tabata timing, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, quick rests. So really simple. We're going to start off with a side plank on our left side. All right. So here, you either have my knees bent. Hopefully you can see this. My knees bent at 90. Elbow directly below my shoulder. Make sure we have that straight line so we're not hurting our shoulders. Here, lifting and holding. Next progression up from that, just holding, locking everything in here. I want my chest to be pointed forward. Nice straight line from my elbow to my fingertips. Squeezing that oblique. We're going to really feel this through the bottom side, right between our ribs and our hip. Holding that for 20 seconds. After that, we're going to be going to flutter kicks. So, on our back, legs straight, just off the ground, toes pointed. Nice, small flutters. This isn't big. This is just moving your feet about, moving your feet maybe 6 inches up and down. Keep everything nice and small. Keeping our shoulders lifted up. Core is tight the whole time. All right, after that, going to our side plank on the right-hand side. Obviously, same thing as before, just facing the opposite direction. Big thing with our side planks that we want to make sure. We want to make sure we're in a straight line from our head down, but we also want to make sure we've got a straight line this way as well. So I don't want my hips sagged back. I want to have a straight line both ways. All right, so our hips are up, hips are forward the whole time. After that, just going into a normal front plank, we're going to be on our forearms. If you guys are in like ridiculously good shape, we want to make this a little harder. We can pull our elbows and knees together. But here, on my forearms, got a nice straight line, squeezing that butt, grabbing the floor. Everything's locked in nice and tight. From here, I can just hold that position. If I want to make it harder, actively try to pull my elbows and knees together for that full 20 seconds. Really get everything going there. All right, so hopefully that all makes sense to everyone. Hopefully there are no questions because I'm pre-recording this because my internet sucks too much to do it live. So if you have questions, comment on the video. I'll be following. Kind of if you guys are doing it live, I'll follow the comments to answer any questions you might have. So let's get ready again. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Side plank on the left, then flutter kicks, and then side plank on the right, then a front plank. Pretty straightforward. We got 10 seconds. We get in position for that side plank going on the left-hand side. Ready. In 3, 2, 1, go. Again, hips are up, hips are forward. If you want to make this even harder, you can add a leg raise to it, but definitely not necessary. The plane variation tends to be difficult enough. Make sure we're really squeezing. Chest is pointing forward. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming down. We got 10 seconds. Next one, we're going into flutter kicks. We're going to go through this cycle twice, guys. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Go. Nice small kicks. Nothing too big. Shoulders off the ground. Keeping something a little bit of a crunch. Keep those moving the whole time. Nice and small. Don't get too big with that. Don't cheat like I was just doing. Good. Gonna switch. Got 5 seconds. We're going side plank on the right side. In 3, 2, 1, go. Good. So hips are up, hips are forward, locked in that whole time. Got 10 seconds. We're halfway through. Good. Keeping everything nice and tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. We got 10 seconds. Then we're going to go into our front plank. Again, on the forearms, grabbing the floor actively with those hands. Next straight line from our heels to our head. And go. Head relaxed. Nice straight line. Everything's locked in. We got 10 more seconds. Pulling those elbows and knees together if we want to make it even harder. Really squeezing that core. 3, 2, 1. Good. 10 seconds. We're going to do one more round of this. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips up, hips forward. Everything's nice and straight. Head to heel, body of steel, as they like to say in the very cliche fitness community. Keep those hips up. Nice long line from the elbows to the fingertips. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Relax. 10 seconds. Going back to our flutter kicks. On our back. Ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Shoulders up. Nice small kicks. Keep Keeping everything locked in. Nice and small. Toes pointed. Core should really be catching on fire a little bit by now. 2, 1. Good. So, switching it up. Side plank on the right side. 5 seconds. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Hips are up. Good. Squeeze everything nice and tight. Hips up, hips forward. Sorry for the weird shadowy lighting. Squeeze everything nice and tight. Keeping those hips up, not let them sag. We got 3 seconds left. 2, 1. Relax. Good. Last one on this, back to the front plank. This is the last one we're doing, so really squeeze everything nice and tight. Go to 3, 2, 1. Go. Grabbing the floor. Bringing those elbows and knees together. Really making this as bad as it can be. Really squeeze that stomach. Keep it up. We got 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Good, guys. Relax. Hopefully you guys all got a decent workout out of that. Hope we didn't smoke you too much. We're going to spend a few minutes doing a cool down, just kind of stretching ourselves out. Kind of a little bit of recovery stuff. So, again, hopefully this kind of works well for everyone. Hopefully it's not too crazy with my wonderful on-video skills here, but I think it should do the trick for you. If you need a sip of water, grab it. We're going to just spend a couple minutes cooling down, just get our heart rates down, ready to kind of downshift back into normal life. Well, semi-normal, locked in the house sort of life. All right, guys. So, wrapping this up, just doing a little quick cool down, stretching, kind of mobility stuff. So, I'm going to start this quadruped position. So, hips and knees are at 90 degrees. So, knees directly below my hips, hands directly below my shoulders. So, I'm looking at the back of my fingernails, not the back of my palms. So, nice straight line down to my shoulder. Keeping those arms nice and long. I'm just going cat-cow here, nice and simple. Just really rounding that back. Then arching, trying to move one segment at a time. Just going 3 times through each. So big rounding, big arch. One more. Good. So, hope you can see here. Not the best camera angle, but just gonna go to my butterfly stretch. So 30 seconds, heels are together, whole bottoms of my feet are together, elbows are against the knees, pulling my heels into my butt. From here, I'm trying to keep my chest up and press my chest out as far as I can without letting my back round. So I don't want to be punched over here. So it shouldn't be this. Back should be up nice and tall the whole time. Going in 3, 2, 1. Just holding that for 30 seconds, driving those knees to the floor. Nice straight back, opening up the inside of the thighs, stretching out those adductors. The chest stays up the whole time. Driving those knees to the floor. Breathing throughout. Good. Next one. Stay this way so you can actually see me still. Just going basic little hamstring stretch here. I'm going to try to stay in frame. So heels down, toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Other foot is kind of just doing figure 4. Foot's coming against my knee. Just leaning forward. Again, keeping that back straight. I'm going to go for 30 seconds on this. Nice pulling, trying to lean forward. Trying to keep my back as straight as I can. Making sure we're breathing, so we're not trying to force the stretch here. Trying to slow that heart rate down, deep breaths in and out. Good. few more seconds on this one, guys. Good. We're gonna switch. Same thing on the other side. Ready. Going to the other side. Stretching that hamstring and the whole back of that leg. Again, make sure we're breathing. Really trying to relax everything. You should feel the tension coming out of that muscle as we breathe out. Nice and relaxed. We got 10 more seconds. Good. So, next one is going to be going pigeon stretch, and I'm going to go right leg first on this. Doesn't really matter which side you start with, but hopefully you know this one. Basically, it's on the ground up here. This leg's on the ground, other leg straight behind me. Kind of stretching the outside of that hip and that glute and everything. So I'm here, legs on the floor. Trying to get that knee to 90 degrees. Try to get somewhere where you can see me, but it's real tough. I'm running out of room here. So good. Chest is coming out over that knee. Chest is up nice and high. Good. Feel the stretch through the outside of our hip, through the side of our butt. Chest is up, nice and straight back. Try to bring that down. Knee. Chest is coming down to our knee, keeping the back straight. That back leg stays straight out. Got 10 more seconds, so we're going to switch sides. Good, let that relax. Good, same thing, other side. Just going to go back. Switch legs here. Good, so the chest is up. Keeping it back nice and straight. Hip flat. Good. Really feeling through the outside of that hip. So nice straight back. Trying to bring that chest down to our knee. Alright, good guys. Last one. We're just going to go to child's pose. So on our knees, tops of our feet flat on the floor. Just folding here, getting myself nice and long. Going for 30 seconds. Relax, heads come to the floor. Nice relaxed breathing in and out. Let yourself relax, let the muscles stretch out a bit. Five more seconds. Good guys, if you have anything else that's especially tight, obviously take your time, stretch out, foam roll, whatever you normally do. That's what we got for you today. Hopefully that does the trick, keeps you moving. We'll try to keep these coming hopefully a couple times a week or whatever. But leave some feedback, let me know what you think. Hope to see everyone soon. Hopefully this kind of doesn't go on for too long. It seems like we might be trapped in the house a little bit. So make sure you're joining us on these Zoom calls and all this other stuff we have for the gym to kind of interact with each other, kind of be social while maintaining our social distance and not infecting each other and, trying to be part of the solution here. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this wasn't too painful for you. Thanks.